The starting lineup for your Washington Tigers. At shortstop, number 2, Kurt Lady. Center fielder, number 14, Heather Brown. Third baseman, number 24, Sloan Buecher. The catcher, number 7, Joe Jones. The designated player, number 8, Lauren Lester. And right field, number 6, Callie Jordan. The first baseman, number 19, Madison Miller. Left fielder, number 21, Kendall Moyer. And second baseman, number 3, Kellen Church.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sully Anderson Field on the campus of Washington Baptist University. We got Tiger softball for you here. It's the Washington Baptist Tigers hosting the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs. We're just announcing the starting lineups here, and we're about to get set for the national anthem, so we're going to pause real quick, and we'll be back after this. And back here from Sully Anderson Field, once again it is the Washington Baptist Tigers hosting the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs. The Washington Baptist Tigers come into this game at 9-8 overall, 7-6 in conference play, whereas the Bulldogs are at 6-9, 6-4 in conference play. These two teams played twice yesterday, and they split the two games, a doubleheader yesterday. Southwestern coming up with a 5-0 victory in Game 1, and in Game 2, OBU trailing 3-0 after the top of the first, came back and defeated the Bulldogs 5-4 in the second half of the doubleheader. We have starting lineups for you, and we'll give them to you first for the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs. In center field, number 0, Kennedy Morlock. At third, number 9, Brianna Simmons. At number 4, and at first base, Jordan Wadley. In left field, number 11, Hannah Franklin. Catching behind the plate, number 1, Danny Carmo. At second base, number 6, Kiana Barron. In right field, number 21, Jessica Carmo. The designated player today, number 2, Sierra Chapa. And at shortstop, number 23, Dusty Pence. On the mound for the Tigers to face that lineup, in the top of the first is Nikki Schneider. She did pitch 7 innings yesterday in the second half of the doubleheader. Gave up 4 runs, but none were earned. really settled in after the top of the first. As I said, the Bulldogs scored 3 runs in the top of that first, but she settled down as the game progressed, only giving up 1 more, and none of those were earned. So no earned runs yesterday for Schneider. She comes in to today's game with a very low ERA. Her ERA coming into this one sitting at, I believe, 2.23, an ERA of 2.23 for Schneider. Coming into this one, 2.37 ERA for Schneider coming into this one. She's 2-1 on the season, 3 starts and 3 complete games. So one of the best pitchers on the mound today for the Tigers to face this lineup, looking to win the series here this afternoon against the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs. Stepping in for the Bulldogs to lead this one off is Kennedy Morlock. First pitch on the way, in there for strike 1. Morlock on the season hitting .475 with 2 doubles and 5 RBIs. That one's high, 1-1. Schneider gets ready. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Fastball outside for ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. Fouled off to the left side. Tigers converging on it, but it falls for a foul ball. Evens the count up at 2-2. We have the defense for the Tigers. Behind the plate, Jones. At first base, Miller. Going around the horn, second base is Church. At shortstop, Wade. Third base, Procure. In the outfield, Moyer, Brown, and Jordan from left to right. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Lined right to Procure at third base. That's the first out of this one. Morlock put good wood on it, but it was right to Procure at third. So 1 out here in the top of the first. That brings in Brianna Simmons, hitting .388 on the year for the Bulldogs. First pitch on the way to her is fouled back for strike 1. Simmons with 2 home runs and 15 RBIs, currently slugging .673 for the Bulldogs. Here's the 0-1 outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's lined into left field for a base hit. Moyer there to bring it back into the infield. So a 1-out base hit for Simmons here in the first.
Number 4, Jordan Wadley.
Jordan Wadley stepping in, the first baseman this afternoon for the Bulldogs. Hitting .306 on the year. That one's fouled back to the screen. Strike 1. It's a crisp 55 degrees this afternoon here in Arkadelphia and overcast, but still a good day for some softball. Here's the 0-1. That one's lined into center field. It will be caught there by Brown. Heading back to first is Simmons. She's back safely. A good play by Brown. Sometimes the hardest play for a center fielder is that line drive hit right at you. She handled that one well and almost doubled up Simmons over at first base. So 2 outs here in the top of the first. Now Hannah Franklin up for the Bulldogs. First pitch is a little bit, it's on the outside corner for strike 1. Franklin hitting .320 on the season as the 0-1 is in there for a ball. The runner's going. The throw is off the mark. So a stolen base for Simmons. As the throw was a little bit late. and bounced off the glove of Wade into left field. So a runner on second, 2 outs, 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That one's high for ball 2. Two one from Schneider on the way. It's popped up on the infield. Church wants it. She makes the grab. And Schneider retires the side here in the top of the first. So we'll take a break here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. No runs, 1 hit and no errors as the Tigers come up to bat here in the bottom of the first.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing.
You said what? They're aggressive on the base pass?
Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. And back here from Sully Anderson Field, we are in the bottom of the first inning. We're tied 0-0, and we'll give you the lineup for your Ouachita Tigers. At shortstop, number 2, Hope Wade. In center field, number 14, Heather Brown. At third base, number 24, Sloan Precure. Catching behind the plate, number 7, Jillian Jones. The designated player today, number 8, Lauren Jester. In right field, number 6, Callie Jordan. At first base, number 19, Madison Miller. In left field, number 21, Kendall Moyer. And at second base, number 3, Kellen Church. On the mound for the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs is Miranda Grover. She has a 4.27 ERA on the season, 3-4 in 9 appearances and 4 starts. She's pitched 42 and 2/3 innings, allowed 26 earned runs, 7 strikeouts and 10 walks for the right-handed pitcher. So here's Hope Wade stepping in, the shortstop today for the Tigers, hitting .368 on the season. First pitch on the way, grounded right back to Grover at first. She makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Heather Brown now stepping in for Ouachita. First pitch on the way to her is grounded to the right side. Second baseman has it. That's Barron. She underhand flips it over to Wadley at first for the second out. So 2 pitches and 2 outs for Grover. We'll see if Precure wants to take a couple of pitches here, not to allow a 3-pitch inning. Precure hitting .352 on the year with 4 doubles. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Time at the plate, getting the right-handed batter's box fixed up. Now we're ready to play. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way, outside 2-0. Pitch is on the ground to third. Simmons has it over to first in time. So an easy inning there for the Bulldogs. 3 up, 3 down, only on 5 pitches. Miranda Grover with a quick inning for the Bulldogs. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We'll head to the top of the second, and we'll take a break here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And back here from Sully Anderson Field, it's the top of the second inning. Schneider back on the mound for the Tigers. It'll be Danny Carmo, Kiani Barron, and Jessica Carmo up for the Bulldogs. If anyone gets on, it'll be Sierra Chapa. If you're just now joining us, an easy inning in the top of the first for Schneider. Allowed one base hit, but worked out of it nicely. Getting a line out to third, a line out to center, and a pop-up on the infield to the second baseman. So it will be Danny Carmo leading it off for the Bulldogs, hitting .429 on the year in 28 at-bats.
Number 1, Danny Carmo.
First pitch on the way is on the outside corner, strike one. Here's the 1-0 to Carmo. Inside, ball one. Schneider fires the 1-1, lined right to Precure again. The second time that's happened in as many innings. One out here in the top of the second.
Number 6, Keon Barron.
They call it the hot corner for a reason. Kiani Barron now in for the Bulldogs. Second baseman this afternoon. First pitch to her is high, ball one. Here's the 1-0 from Schneider. That's laced into center field. Back goes Brown, but she makes the grab. A good play from Brown in center. That's out number 2.
Number 21, Jessica Carmo.
Now Jessica Carmo in for the Bulldogs. The right fielder today hitting .286 on the year with 1 triple to her name. First pitch to her is inside, ball one. Schneider gets her sign. Here's the 1-0 on the way. That's fouled, backing out of play. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the second. 1-1 counts to Jessica Carmo. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled over the first base dugout. So 1-2 now on Carmo. Looking to get out of this inning is Schneider. The 1-2 pitch is low in the dirt. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. Carmo goes down swinging, and another good inning for Schneider. A line out to third, a fly out to center, and a strikeout to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. As we head to the bottom of the second, we'll take a break here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We head to the bottom of the second here at Sully Anderson Field. The score is 0-0. As the Tigers come up to bat, it will be Jillian Jones leading things off, the catcher today for the Tigers. Lauren Jester, the designated player, and Callie Jordan in right field. If anyone gets on, it'll be Madison Miller, the first baseman for the Tigers. It was an easy inning in the bottom of the first for the pitcher Miranda Grover, a 5-pitch inning.
Number 7, Jillian.
We'll see if the Tigers can make her work a little bit here in the bottom of the second. Jones is leading off, hitting .275 on the year with 4 home runs. First pitch to her is outside, ball 1. Grover gets her sign. Here's the 1-0 on the way. That one's popped into right field. There's Jessica Carmo to make the play for the first out of the inning. Now Lauren Jester, the designated player for the Tigers, stepping into the batter's box, hitting .317 on the season. 3 doubles and 4 RBIs for her as well. And now we're having a conversation here at the Southwestern dugout. We'll see if they were looking to make a substitution or what this conference is about. Now I think we're just about ready to play. Or maybe not. I think there may be some confusion with the Ouachita lineup. That may be the problem. I think Southwestern may be thinking that someone from Ouachita may have batted out of order, or I'm not sure what's going on here. Now we're set for some softball here. As I said, it will be Lauren Jester. Stepping in for the Tigers. First pitch is low to her, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Floats in there for strike 1. One pitch to Jester is on the outside corner, just gets a piece for strike 2. That one looked a little bit outside to me. So Jester in the hole, 1-2, 1 out, and nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-2 from Grover on the way. Grounded over to Simmons at third, over to first to Wadley in time to get Jester for out number 2.
Number 6, Callie Jordan.
Callie Jordan now stepping in for the Tigers. Playing right field today. .356 on the year, started 15 games for the Tigers. First pitch to Jordan is on the outside corner, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off at the plate. So 0-2 with 2 outs on Jordan. here in the bottom of the second. Grover looking to have another 1-2-3 inning here. Here's the pitch to Jordan. That one's hit into left field in foul territory on the run. A great sliding catch by the left fielder Franklin. In foul territory, running it down and sliding near the fence to make that grab for the third out of the bottom of the second. So, no runs, no hits, no errors for the Tigers. And we'll head to the top of the third as we pause for another break here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
And back here from Sully Anderson Field, we're in the top of the third inning. The Tigers and Bulldogs tied at 0. A pitcher's duel here between Miranda Grover and Nikki Schneider, two really good starters for both teams here this afternoon. It'll be Sierra Chapa, I should say, the designated player for the Bulldogs. Dusty Pence, the shortstop, on deck for the Bulldogs, and then in the hole it will be Kennedy Morlock. If anyone gets on, Brianna Simmons will come up for Southwestern Oklahoma State. So here's Sierra Chapa into the box. First pitch from Schneider's a bunt right back to her. She fields it over to first in time. A good play by Schneider, getting on the ball quick and throwing it over to Miller in time for the first out. Good job of fielding her position. So Dusty Pence in now for the Bulldogs. First pitch to her is inside, and it hit her. Hit her on the left elbow. So she'll head over to first base. And Kennedy Morlock will step back in for the Bulldogs. Lined out to Procure over at third for the first out of the game. She shows bunt, now pulls it back. There goes the runner. She is safe at second. So the second stolen base of the game. And we know Southwestern is very aggressive on the base paths. That's being shown here this afternoon. 1-0 the count to Morlock. Now runner in scoring position with one out here in the top of the third. Here's the 1-0. It is on the outside corner, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is high for ball 2. Schneider looking to work out of trouble here in the top of the third. The 2-1 pitch is high once again, so a hitter's count now for Morlock, 3-1 with one out. And Pence on second here in the top of the third. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's in there. So that runs the count full, 3-2 with one out. Here's the payoff pitch. It's grounded to the shortstop. She fumbles it, and that will allow Morlock to reach first. An error on Wade. So runners on first and second with one out in the top of the third. That'll go down as E6. So a hit by pitch and an error. are how Pence and Morlock have reached base. Here's the first pitch to Simmons in foul territory, and a good running catch by Moyer in left field. The runners don't tag. A phenomenal play, running to her right and making the grab for out number 2.
Number 4, Jordan Wadley.
So that brings in Jordan Wadley. Schneider looking to get out of trouble as that one is in there for a strike. First and second, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Wadley is grounded back to Schneider. Off her glove, a diving attempt, but it goes into center field. A play at the plate. She is safe at the plate as the runners move up to 2nd and 3rd. Now an attempt to get the runner at 3rd as she rounded the bag, but she's back safely. So an RBI single for Wadley. She moves up to 2nd on the throw as Pence scores on the single, and Morlock over to 3rd base. Schneider almost made the play as it was grounded up the middle. Off her glove, then a diving attempt by Wade to keep it on the infield and not allow Pence to score, but it just got by her into center field and a play at the plate, but Pence was safe and the Bulldogs have the lead. So Franklin in for the Bulldogs. First pitch to her is grounded over to 3rd to Procure. Diving attempt, now over to 1st in time. Snapped that one with her backhand and over to Miller at first base to get out of the inning for the Tigers. So 1 run on 1 hit with 1 error in the inning and 2 runners left on for the Bulldogs. Tigers trail 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it will be Madison Miller, Kendall Moyer, and Kellen Church up in the bottom of the 3rd for the Tigers. The run is unearned for Schneider, and she gave up 4 unearned runs yesterday in the second half of the doubleheader against the Bulldogs. So the last 5 runs Schneider has given up have all been unearned. Tigers will look to answer back on Grover, who's throwing a phenomenal game. Still no base runner so far for the Tigers.
Number 19, Madison
Miller, the first baseman, will step in for the Tigers, hitting .267 on the season. Grover gets her sign. Here's the first pitch on the way, fouled back to the backstop for strike 1. Owen won the count to Miller. And she leads off the bottom half of the 3rd. That one high, evens the count at 1-1. Grover gets her sign. She winds. Here's the 1-1. Popped up on the infield. Grover has it. She makes the play. That's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Kendall Moyer stepping in for the Tigers. The left fielder today for Ouachita made an outstanding grab in the top half of this inning in foul territory for out number 2. First pitch on the way to her is down and away for ball 1. Sun starting to peek out here at Sully Anderson Field. As the 1-0 pitch is on the way, grounded right back to Grover. She's been busy fielding her own position as well as getting outs in the circle today for the Bulldogs. That's out number 2.
Number 3,
We'll see if Church can get on here for the Tigers and try to extend this inning for Ouachita. Church on the season is 5 for 7. That's an average of 7.14. So here's the pitch on the way. It's a bunt attempt, but it'll be foul for strike 1. She steps back in. Here's the 0-1 from Grover. That's fouled off the umpire. Hopefully he's okay. We'll pause a little bit to let him walk it off a little bit. Tough job being the home plate umpire. Being a good sport, laughing it off a little bit. Hopefully he's okay, and we'll get back to playing here in a little bit. And he's ready to go. So 0-2 the counts to Church. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd, the Tigers trailing 1-0. The 0-2 pitch is strike 3 called. Got Church looking. So another fantastic inning from Grover. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning, and we'll take a break here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
Back from Sully Anderson Field. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Tigers trailing the Bulldogs 1-0. Schneider still on the mound for the Tigers. It will be Danny Carmo, Kiani Barron, and Jessica Carmo up for the Bulldogs in the top of the 4th. If anyone gets on, Sierra Chapa, the designated player, will be up for Southwestern.
Number 1, Danny Carmo.
So Danny Carmo steps in, lined over to Procure at 3rd in her first at bat. Pitch on the way is popped up in shallow center field. Shortstop Wade will make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out for Schneider here in the top of the 4th.
Number 6, Kiani Barron.
Kiani Barron now in for the Bulldogs. Flied out to Brown in center field. Back in the top of the 2nd. First pitch on the way is high for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's lined into left center. That falls at the feet of Moyer. She was on the run, but just couldn't get there in time as the ball was falling fast. So a base hit for Barron. That's Southwestern's 2nd hit of the afternoon. And they have a runner on first with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And we're having another discussion about the lineup cards here. And I believe we have a pinch hitter
number 26, Tara Hibbler.
And that is number 26, Tara Hibbler, sophomore infielder for the Bulldogs. First pitch to her is outside for ball one. Here's the 1-0, it's high. 2-0. 2-0 the count to Hibbler with one out. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. It's high. The throw is in time, but it was dropped. It was dropped at second base by Wade. The throw was in time, but it couldn't be handled. So the third stolen base of the afternoon for the Bulldogs. And a runner in scoring position for Southwestern. The 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike called. Hitters count to Hibbler, 3-1, one out runner on second. Here's the pitch. It is high, so ball four to Hibbler. The first walk of the afternoon allowed by either pitcher. And Sierra Chappell will step in for the Bulldogs. Bunted it right back to Schneider in her first at-bat, and the play was made. Here's the first pitch. Showed bunt, but pulled it back. Pitch was outside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch is popped up in foul territory. It drops right between Jones and Precure. That evens the count at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's high as well. Two and one the count on Chapa as the Bulldogs have a rally going here in the top of the fourth. 2-1 pitch outside, 3-1. Schneider looking to bear down here as she's in a jam. The 3-1 pitch is in there, strike two. So a full count on Chapa. And this is a big pitch here for Schneider. Here's the payoff pitch on the way, popped up on the infield. Precure has it in foul territory. She makes the grab, and that's a big out for Schneider. The second out of the inning. And she came back from behind in the count to get Chapa. So now Dusty Pence in for Southwestern. Was hit by a pitch last inning. Came around to score the only run of this one. First pitch is laced into center field. Back goes Brown. She will make the grab, running back to the wall. An over-the-shoulder catch. What a play from Brown. And that gets the Tigers out of trouble here in the top of the fourth. A good job by Schneider to bear down and get out of that jam as we head to the bottom of the fourth on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
It's an ordinary day. Stephanie's driving home from school, like she does every day. Since she's almost home, she takes a quick glance at her phone, like she does every day. She arrives safely, like she does every day. It's another ordinary day. But then, something out of the ordinary happens. Distracted driving kills.
Back from Sully Anderson Field, the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs lead the Washita Tigers 1-0 as we are in the bottom of the fourth inning. Miranda Grover still on the mound for the Bulldogs, and she has been perfect so far through 3 innings. No base runners allowed, as the Tigers will look to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th. Not only break up the perfect game, but look to tie this one up or maybe even take the lead, as they have the top of the order up here in the 4th inning. Wade, Brown, and Precure up for the Tigers. All 3 grounded out back in the 1st inning, in what was a 5-pitch inning for Grover. So Wade steps in. Washita still looking for their first base runner. Grover, first pitch on the way, and there goes the perfect game. She hits Wade on the arm. So the first base runner for Washita. We'll see if that'll get something going here, as Brown now steps in for the Tigers.
Number 14, Brown.
We'll see how Grover reacts to having to deal with a base runner for the first time, as that one is bunted on the ground over to the 3rd baseman, Simmons. She makes the play, but a good sacrifice from Brown as she gets Wade over to 2nd base.
Number 24, Sloan Precure.
So now a runner in scoring position for the Tigers. Precure up now. Grounded to 3rd in her first at bat. One out, runner on 2nd. Here's the pitch outside, ball 1. Precure wants time. The umpire grants it to her. Washita with an opportunity here. Well-placed base hit will tie this one up. Pitch to Precure is on the ground. A good backhanded play by Simmons, and good base running by Wade to get over to 3rd, as Precure grounds out. And a good play by Simmons, backhanding it on her knees, rights herself and throws Precure out. Wade moves over to 3rd with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Jones stepping in for Washita. Pence, the shortstop, really shading her in the hole as the first pitch is in at the knees for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Jones on the outside corner for strike 2, and Jones is in the hole here against Grover. Still no hits allowed for Grover as we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Grounded foul past 3rd base, and we'll do it again. Big spot here. Tigers looking to tie this one up. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way into right field. A base hit. A diving attempt by Karma. It goes all the way to the wall. And that will allow Jones to head to 3rd base for a 2-out RBI triple. That ties the game at 1. A big 2-out base hit for Jones. The first hit allowed by Grover, as Carmo was diving to her left, trying to make the play. Couldn't do it, and that allowed the ball to scurry all the way to the wall. And Jones all the way to 3rd. Now here's a base hit into center field. That's going to give the Tigers the lead. Back-to-back base hits here with 2 outs. That one by Lauren Lester. And all of a sudden, Ouachita with a 2-1 lead. A couple of big base hits there from Jones and Lester. And if you're Southwestern, you're looking back on it and you're almost wishing Jessica Carmo out in right field had just kept that one in front of her on the triple, the diving attempt on the triple by Jones. You wish Carmo just kept that one in front of her. You'd still have the lead if that had happened, but it didn't play out that way, and Ouachita with a 2-1 lead. Now Callie Jordan looking to keep the rally going here. Tigers lead 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch, grounded foul over near first base. The 0-1 pitch with 2 outs, a runner on first. It's low for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Jordan. High for ball 2. It all started with the hit by pitch to Wade, then a sacrifice bunt. Got her to second, a ground out. Allowed Wade to advance, then a triple by Jones and a single by Lester, and giving Ouachita the lead. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the inning, but not before a big rally for Ouachita allows them to grab a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll head to the 5th inning as the Tigers lead 2-1 here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
Nikki Schneider still in the circle, I should say, for the Tigers here at Sully Anderson Field. They've grabbed a 2-1 lead as we head to the 5th inning. A big rally in the bottom of the fourth for the Tigers. A couple of 2-out base hits on Miranda Grover have allowed them to jump out to a 2-1 lead in the 5th inning. It'll be the top of the order for the Bulldogs here. Kennedy Morlock, Brianna Simmons, and Jordan Wadley. If anyone gets on, the cleanup hitter, Hannah Franklin for Southwestern Oklahoma.
Number 0, Kennedy Morlock.
Morlock steps in. First pitch from Schneider on the way is on the outside corner for strike 1. Morlock lined to third in her first at bat and reached on an error back in the third. Here's the 0-1. Exact same spot there on the outside corner. Morlock in the hole now, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Precure has it in foul territory. She makes the grab. Out number 1 here in the 5th.
Number 9, Brianna Simmons.
Brianna Simmons now in. Singled in the first and flew out to left in the third. Pitch on the way, grounded to Precure at third. She has it, takes her time over to first, and gets Simmons for the second out. Precure has done an outstanding job over at third base this afternoon, making a lot of really good plays, especially using her backhand near the third baseline. Here's Wadley. First pitch to her is outside for ball one. One-0 pitch outside for ball two. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Schneider with the 2-1 on the way. That one's popped up on the infield. Wade's under it. She makes the play, so an easy inning there for Schneider. 3 up, 3 down. 2 pop-ups and a ground out to third. Preserves the 2-1 lead for the Tigers. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th with the Tigers looking to tack on here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Back from Sully Anderson Field, it's the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers holding a 2-1 lead over the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs. And it'll be Miller, Moyer, and Church. 7, 8, 9 up for Ouachita here in the bottom of the 5th. Looking to tack on as the Tigers scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th to grab a 2-1 lead. Two out hits off of Miranda Grover. Been a really good pitcher's duel this afternoon between Miranda Grover and Nikki Schneider. Both have done an outstanding job as Miller steps in for the Tigers. First pitch to her on the ground to the first baseman Wadley. She makes the play, 3 unassisted for out number 1.
Number 21,
Kendall Moyer now in for Ouachita. Grounded one back to Grover in the circle for the second out in the 3rd inning. First pitch on the way to Moyer. That one's low in the dirt. Here's the 1-0. That one's lined up the middle for a base hit. Good piece of hitting there by Moyer. Really stayed back on that ball and laced it into center field for the 3rd hit of the afternoon for Ouachita. Kevin Church now up for the Tigers. Struck out looking, and her first at bat. Pitch on the way is on the outside corner. For strike 1, it looked to be a little bit outside to me. Here's the 0-1 to Church. Bunt attempt, it's tipped into the catcher's mitt. As Simmons over at third was playing really far in for the Bulldogs. Nonetheless, an 0-2 count on Church. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Church as she goes down. This time swinging. It'll be Wade looking to extend the inning for the Tigers. Moyer's still at first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Grover, first pitch on the way is in the dirt for ball 1. Here's the 1-0, grounded over to Barron at second, to Wadley at first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers looking to hold on to the 2-1 lead here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita. Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Schneider still on in the circle, I should say, for the Tigers here in the top of the 6th inning. Pitching an outstanding game so far, only allowing 1 run, and it was unearned back in the 3rd inning. So she's looking to preserve this lead for Ouachita here in the top of the 6th. It will be Hannah Franklin, Danny Carmo, and Kiani Barron up for the Bulldogs. Franklin in her first 2 at-bats popped up to Church over at second and grounded to Procure at third.
Number 11, Hannah Franklin.
First pitch to Franklin is high and wide for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That one's outside, ball 2. Two-0 pitch. That one's in there, strike 1. Good pitch by Schneider. That one is a deep fly ball back to the track to the wall, and it is way out of here off the tree in left field for a home run for Hannah Franklin. That ball was launched. It hit the tree in left field and bounced back onto the field. But what a shot for Franklin. That is her 5th home run of this season, and that ties the game at 2. The first earned run of the past 12 innings for Schneider, as the first pitch to Carmo is high for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch on the way. That one's flown into center field. On the run is Brown. She's done a great job there manning the outfield for the Tigers. She makes the grab for the first out of the 6th.
Number 6, Kiani Barron.
Kiani Barron now in for the Bulldogs. Flew out to center back in the 2nd inning and singled in the 4th. First pitch to her is in there for strike 1. 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's lined down the left field line, foul. It'll be a foul ball for strike 2 on Barron. So Schneider looking to put her away. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside. Evens the count at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Popped up into center field. There's Brown to make the grab. 2 outs in the 6th. And it'll bring up Tara Hibbler. Hibbler walked in her first plate appearance. That one is a strike called on the outside corner. Home plate umpire has been giving both pitchers that outside corner to left-handed batters here this afternoon. Here's the 0-1. That one's a strike as well. So Schneider in control here, ahead in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch on the way, fouled back and out of play. Schneider 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. The 0-2 pitch is outside. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Schneider. Grounded over to Miller at first on a hop. She steps on the bag for out number 3, but not before the home run by Franklin ties this game up at 2. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We got a tie game here at Sully Anderson Field, 2-2 on the Washita Sports Digital Network. Back from Sully Anderson Field, we have a tie game 2-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Heather Brown leading things off for the Tigers. Sloan Precure on deck, and in the hole, Jillian Jones, the catcher for the Tigers. Brown will look to get something started here as the Tigers allowed Southwestern to tie the game in the top of the 6th on the home run from Hannah Franklin. Grover still in the circle for the Bulldogs. The 0-1 pitch is on the way, fouled off of the home plate umpire for strike 2. Even though the Tigers allowed the Bulldogs to tie it in the top of the 6th, they're still in a good spot. You are the home team, so you have 2 at-bats, 2 Southwesterns, 1 for the remainder of this one. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Line foul down the third base line. Grover ahead in the count, 0-2 on Brown. Here's the pitch on the way in the dirt, ball 1. The 1-2 pitch is outside, evens up the count at 2-2. Grover looking to put Brown away. Was ahead in the count, 0-2, now 2-2. Here's the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. A good breaking pitch there from Grover as Brown swung over the top of it. She strikes out. That's the 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Grover. So Precure will step in now for Ouachita. Grounded out to third twice this afternoon. Pitch on the way is popped up. Second baseman goes out and makes the play. That's Barron. Into shallow right center for out number 2.
Number 7, Jillian Jones.
Now Jillian Jones up for Ouachita, had the big 2-out triple that tied the game back in the 4th inning. We'll see if she can come up with another big base hit here for Ouachita. First pitch to her is popped up in foul territory. There is Wadley to make the grab. And that was an easy inning there for Grover, a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Tigers. We'll head to the top of the 7th. We have a tied ball game here from Sully Anderson Field on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
Here in the top of the 7th inning. The Bulldogs and Tigers tied at 2 from Sully Anderson Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Nikki Schneider still in the circle for the Tigers. Here in the top of the 7th, she's pitched a phenomenal game so far for Ouachita, as has the starter for the Bulldogs, Miranda Grover. Really good pitching matchup this afternoon here at Ouachita. It'll be Chapa, Pence, and Morlock for the Bulldogs here to start the top half of the 7th inning. First pitch on the way is on the outside corner for strike 1. We do have a pinch hitter here. It's Jewel Lee. Pinch hitting for Chapa here in the top of the 7th. The 0-1 pitch is a strike called. Good job by Schneider, ahead in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Lined right to Precure. This time going to her left, she makes the play. An outstanding job over at the hot corner for her this afternoon. That's out number 1.
23, Dusty Pence.
Dusty Pence now up for the Bulldogs. Was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd and flew out to center in the 4th. That's on the inside corner, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Jones sets up way outside and gets the call, 0-2. The 0-2 is outside. A little bit of a waste pitch there for Schneider. Now 1-2 the count. Pitch on the way. That is just a bit outside. A really good take there by Pence. Now the count is even at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. Don't want to lose her here. Full count now on Pence after Schneider was up 0-2. Payoff pitch on the way to Pence. Line down the left field line, foul. And we'll do it again. Three-two pitch on the way. Another foul ball, and this is turning into a really good at-bat here from Dusty Pence. Here's the payoff pitch on the way. Grounded to Precure at 3rd. Over to Miller at 1st, in time for out number 2. Schneider bears down and gets Pence. Good job right there for out number 2.
Keep it
clean, D, right here, let's go!
Now Morlock looking to extend the inning for the Bulldogs. With 2 outs in the 7th. First pitch is lined into left field. On comes Moyer. She dives and makes the play. Great defense this afternoon for the Tigers, as that brings it in to the top of the 7th. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th with the Tigers looking to walk this thing off here from Sully Anderson Field on the Washita Sports Digital Network. Lauren Lester stepping in for the Tigers here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We're tied 2-2. Miranda Grover still on the mound for the Bulldogs. A run would win it for the Tigers here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Lester, Jordan, and Miller up this inning for the Tigers. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Grover gets her sign. The 1-0 pitch on the way. That is low and away for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. That one floats in there on the outside corner. Strike 1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's lined right back to Grover. She knocks it down, picks it up, and throws out Lester. A good play there by Grover. She's been busy fielding her own position this afternoon. And there you see it right there for the first out of the inning. That ball was headed right up the middle, but Grover got her glove on it and knocked it down. Now Jordan up for the Tigers. Flown out to left and struck out this afternoon. Pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Grover. That one's inside, almost hit her. For ball 1. Grover in the circle today has been phenomenal for the Bulldogs. Here's the 1-1 pitch for Jordan. That one's chopped to the right side. First baseman has it. And Jordan runs out of the baseline, so she's out. That's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Madison Miller for the Tigers. Popped up to Grover and singled back in the 5th. Excuse me, grounded out to 3rd back in the 5th and popped up to Grover in the 3rd. Miller steps in. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Tied at 2. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Grover. That's a ball outside. The 1-1 pitch to Miller. Grounded back to Grover. It's off her glove. Here comes the shortstop. Bare hands it over to first. Not in time. No throw. So a 2-out base hit for Miller. Off the glove of Grover. Pence was charging. Barehanded it, but decided not to make a throw, as it would have been far too late. And we'll have a pinch runner. Not sure who that is over there pinch running, but it will bring up Kendall Moyer, the batter for the Tigers, with a runner on first and 2 outs in the 7th. And it will be number 5, Emma McCorkle, pinch running for Ouachita. With 2 outs in the 7th. On the outside corner, strike one to Moyer. Grover gets her sign. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. Flown into shallow center on the run. They're converging on it. It is caught by the shortstop Pence as Morlock ran into her. Hopefully she's okay. A collision in center field. The catch was made by Pence. She's limping off. They have just bumped knees with Morlock in center. Nonetheless, the catch is made. Could have been a dangerous play. Someone could have gotten hurt, or the ball could have dropped and would have allowed Ouachita to be in business in the bottom of the seventh. But we'll head to extra innings here from Sully Anderson Field, tied at 2 on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
Extra innings here from Sully Anderson Field. We're tied at 2. The Tigers and the Bulldogs here in the top of the 8th inning. It'll still be Nikki Schneider on the mound for the Tigers, as Brianna Simmons, Jordan Wadley, and Hannah Franklin will be up here in the 8th for the Bulldogs. Simmons singled in the first, flew out to left in the third, and grounded to third back in the 5th. So 1 for 3 on the day for her. Here's the pitch on the way. High and wide, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Simmons. Floats in there, in at the knees, strike 1. The 1-1 pitch from Schneider, chopped foul over near the Tiger dugout. One-two pitch on the way for Schneider. Fouled off near the left-handed batter's box. So Simmons stays alive. One and two, the count to Simmons. The pitch, another foul ball towards the Tiger dugout. One and two, the count. Here's the pitch. High and outside, evens the count at 2-2. Pitch on the way, popped foul and out of play. Good battle here between Simmons and Schneider. Two-two pitch on the way, another foul ball near the same spot. And at bat like this, late in this one, could work out in the favor of the Bulldogs. Here's the 2-2 pitch inside for ball 3. So Simmons has worked the count full here, leading off the top of the 8th. Payoff pitch, that one's laced into left field, but there is Moyer. She makes the grab. A big win there for Schneider in that at-bat against Simmons for the first out in the top of the 8th. Jordan Wadley now stepping in for the Bulldogs. 1 for 3 as well with the single back in the 3rd. First pitch on the ways outside for ball 1. This is the rubber game of this weekend series here at Sully Anderson Field. A big game for both teams. Strike called right down central. One pitch, just a bit outside. The 2-1 from Schneider on the way, fouled off and into the Tiger dugout. Two and two the count. Don't want anyone on in front of Franklin. On deck for the Bulldogs, homered in the 6th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. And a big pitch there from Schneider right on the outside corner. Gets Wadley looking. And that's a big out. You didn't want anyone on in front of Franklin, who now has 5 home runs on the season. It's slugging over 900 on the year. She has some pop for sure, so you got to be careful here. Here's the pitch. It is high and tight for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That one is launched left field, and it will hook foul. Home run distance, but hooked foul. And that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful here with Franklin. Has some power for sure, but that evens the count at 1-1. Franklin steps back in. Here's the 1-1 from Schneider. That one's in there for strike 2. Franklin didn't like that call. So Schneider in the driver's seat ahead 1-2 on Franklin. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 2. Two and two the count, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. We're tied at 2 from Sully Anderson Field. The pitch, swing and a miss. Struck Franklin out on the rise ball, and a big out for Schneider to end the top of the 8th. We're tied at 2, and the Tigers will look to walk it off yet again here in the bottom of the 8th on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Back from Sully Anderson Field, it's the bottom of the 8th inning. The Tigers are looking to walk this thing off this afternoon and win the weekend series against the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs. It's still Grover on the mound, excuse me, in the circle I should say, for Southwestern Oklahoma State. It'll be Church, Wade, and Brown, 9-1 and 2 up for the Tigers here in this bottom half of the 8th inning. Church looking to start this thing off. 2 strikeouts today, 1 looking in the 3rd and 1 swinging in the 5th. Here's the first pitch of the inning from Grover. It's low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Church. That's outside for ball 2. Grover wanting to know where that one missed. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way to Church. 3-0. And a leadoff walk would be just what the doctor ordered. Now we're going to have a conference between Carmo and Grover. Giving her a high five, saying let's bear down and we don't need a leadoff walk here. .30 pitch upcoming here to Church. Here's the pitch on the way. Low ball 4, so a 4-pitch leadoff walk to Church. And that is huge for the Tigers. With Wade stepping in the top of the order for the Tigers. A run would win it here for Ouachita. First pitch to Wade on the way. That one is on the outside corner, strike 1. Wade grounded back to Grover. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th and grounded to second in the 5th. Here's the 0-1 to Wade. She squares the bunt, pulls it back, and that one's low for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Wade. Church at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch that is fouled back and out of play over the concession stand. Grover ahead in the count, 1-2. And she gets her sign from Carmo. The line and the pitch on the way. It's grounded to the shortstop. Over to second for 1. There'll be no throw to first, so a fielder's choice. Church is out at second. And Wade reaches on the fielder's choice. With 1 out in the 8th, it'll bring up Heather Brown. Over 2 on the day as the pitch is in there for strike 1. Pitch from Grover on the way. Grounded to second. She misses the tag, I believe. Yes, she did miss the tag. Umpire says she misses the tag. So Wade is at second, and Brown grounds out to second to the second baseman, Barron. So it'll be a Wade in scoring position. And Southwestern's not happy with the call. They're going to have a conference between the field umpire and the home plate umpire to see if she did miss the tag. I thought she missed the tag from my angle, so I'm not sure how the home plate umpire could see anything different. I'm seated right behind him. It looked pretty clear to me she missed the tag. And they're going to say she's safe. So Wade is safe at second base. Brown grounds out 4-3. And it'll be Precure
Hey, nothing special. Just do what you do.
with a runner in scoring position, tied at 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Well-placed base hit would win the game for Ouachita. With 2 outs and a runner on second. Here's the pitch from Grover. That's outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 on the way. She squares to bunt, pulls back, but it's in there for strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. It's on the way. It's grounded back to Grover. She has it over to first. And that brings it in to the bottom of the 8th. The Tigers had a chance to win it, but couldn't cash in. As we head to the top of the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 2 on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Schneider still in the circle for the Tigers as we're in the top of the 9th inning, tied at 2 from Sully Anderson Field. It'll be Danny Carmo, Kiani Barron, and Tara Hibbler up for the Bulldogs. If anyone gets on, Jewel Lee for Southwestern Oklahoma. Carmo has lined to third, popped up to the shortstop, and flown out to Brown in center. Schneider over the past 2 games has thrown 15 innings and only allowed 1 earned run. Safe to say, I think she has these Bulldogs number. So here's the first pitch to Carmo. That one's high for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Fouled off into the Southwestern dugout. Counts at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Carmo. That one's on the outside corner. A great pitch there for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch on the way. A little bit high for ball 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way into left field. There's Moyer. She makes the grab, out number 1. So Kiani Barron Up now for the Bulldogs. Singled back in the fourth. She's 1 for 3 on the day with a stolen base. First pitch to her is grounded over to Precure. She has it. Over to first in time to retire Barron. Precure is like a vacuum cleaner over there. If you hit it to her, you can just go ahead and start walking back to the dugout just about. She has not had one miscue so far this afternoon. So now Hibbler up. Or excuse me, no, it'll be Jessica Carmo back up for the Bulldogs. First pitch is a strike called. The 0-1 pitch is on the outside corner, strike 2. So one pitch away from getting out of this one. And letting the Tigers come try to win it in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch way high, all the way back to the screen. 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the ninth, tied at 2. Here's the pitch. That one's high as well. So a full count now on Carmo. Here in the top of the ninth. Payoff pitch is strike 3 called in at the knees. Schneider retires Carmo. She has pitched a phenomenal game. 9 innings now in the books for Schneider, only 1 earned run. And the Tigers will look to win it in the bottom of the ninth here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita. Wichita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It'll be Jones, Lester, and Jordan up for the Tigers here in the bottom of the ninth. Still Grover working in the circle for the Bulldogs. Tigers looking to cash in with a run here in the bottom of the ninth and win this one and win the series this weekend against the Bulldogs. This is the rubber game as the two teams split a doubleheader yesterday. The Bulldogs winning game 1 and the Tigers coming away with a 5-4 victory in game 2. Jones will step in for the Tigers. Flew out to right, making the second. Had the big triple, the 2-out triple in the fourth. And then popped up to first. Back in the sixth. So here's the first pitch from Grover to Jones. That one is outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jones. That one's grounded to the left side and through. The ball was kept on the infield by the shortstop diving Pence, but it got past Simmons at third, and Pence had no play, so that's an infield single for Jones. An infield single for Jones, so the second inning in a row where the Tigers have had their leadoff man on. And we're going to have a pinch runner here. It'll be Lexi Foreman, number 77, over at first base, pinch running. for Jones.
Number 8, Lauren Lester.
And Lauren Lester coming to bat for the Tigers. Had a big 2-out single to drive in the second run of the game for the Tigers in the fourth. So Foreman pinch running for Jones at first. And Lester stepping in. Here's the first pitch from Grover. It's grounded to short on a hop over to second for one. On to first, not in time, as Lester beat that one out. Almost a double play turned by the Bulldogs. But Lester beat that one out and reaches on the fielder's choice. That'll bring in Jordan with one out and Lester over at first. First pitch to Jordan on the way. That one's lined into center field, a base hit. Tigers have something going now. Runners on first and second with one out, and Miller coming to the plate.
Number 19, Madison Miller.
Once again, a well-placed base hit would win this game for the Tigers. And we're going to have another pinch runner for Ouachita. It'll be number 00, Tori Herbert. Pinch running for Lester. So Herbert pinch running. Jordan over at first. And Miller stepping to the plate. A run would win it here for Ouachita.
Nothing different, Matty. Just what you do. Let's go, 1-9.
Miller does have a base hit back in the seventh as the first pitch is on the way to her outside for ball one. Grover gets her sign. Here's the delivery. That's on the inside corner, strike one. One ball, one strike, one out. And a bunt attempt. She did offer at it, says the home plate umpire, excuse me, so it'll be strike two. And Miller now in a hole. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Miller. It's flown into center field. Morlock is there. She has it. Herbert tags from second. She's on her way to third. The throw is off the mark. There goes the runner from first, tagging the throw. Goes into right field. Herbert's going to score, and the Tigers win in one of the most unreal fashions you will see this season. Jordan tagged from second. And Simmons throws the ball into right field, allowing Herbert to score, and the Tigers win 3-2 and have won this weekend series in this rubber game against the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs. What a victory. What a victory for the Tigers. An unreal way to finish this one, but it is a victory for the Tigers. They improve to 10-8 on the season, 8-6 in conference play. And they'll head to Northwestern Oklahoma State next weekend to take on the Rangers in Alva, Oklahoma. What a victory for the Tigers this afternoon as they come away with a victory 3-2 over the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs here at Sully Anderson Field. Thank you for tuning in as you have watched Ouachita Tigers softball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.